Hey guys, welcome back. This is Dark Voice, and I want to show you a couple of mass witch attacks from our last clan war. We're in a war right now, but the last one we had, we completely whooped them because, well, they just stopped attacking midway. They give up, you know. Anyway, so the top 3 bases were 3-starred. 2 of them were 3-starred by me, and 1 of them was 3-starred by Swagiola Child. We had a lot of good attacks this war. Okay, this base here was left totally untouched, which is wrong. We've been recruiting a lot of new members, and some of them don't really attack anymore, so we need to boot them out of the clan or tell them that they need to attack. Anyway, here's the first one. Now with my army, I did use a golem, and I used a couple of loons, and I guess you could say a lot of wizards for a mass witch attack. I like having that DPS that wizards provide. Right here you can see me releasing one minion, just one little minion, picking off that free building. And we've got a couple of loons coming in from the top. I did this because this northern part of the base didn't have any anti-air towers. So I figured, hey, if I can get a few towers for free, might as well. And I placed the loons from the right and left so that they'll split apart like this. I was hoping that they would take out the cannons, but they got shot down a little bit early, so in hindsight, I should have let all the loons go on the same side so that they would all go to the same cannon. But yeah, apart from that, everything's going great. I released my golem, a few witches. Now the reason I didn't release everything at once is because this Eagle artillery will be triggered at around 120 supply, I think. So I let go a little bit of my army just to get rid of some of the buildings here. And once the Eagle artillery is activated, then I dump the rest of my army, because once this thing starts shooting, there's no point in trickling your army in. You might as well just go full force. Alright, then we have a couple of jump spells coming down right here. These jump spells, they connect pretty much this whole top part of the base. Rage spell, a good freeze hitting the artillery, and I don't know if that was even necessary, to be honest. It hit the Teslas, but Teslas don't really do much against mass witches. It's really the towers that do splash damage that you need to watch out for. So in a mass witch attack, you might want to save your free spell for mortars or wizard towers. But, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad freeze. It did hit some important buildings. Okay, I've got my king going down over here. A lot of the witches tend to go on the right side in this attack. And this is where I forget to use my queen's special ability. I was totally daydreaming right there. Hard to say what I was being distracted by because I didn't really have any units or spells to throw. I just let my queen die. Bit of a fail. And this far into the attack, it's pretty obvious. It's over. I still have a whole bunch of witches left, and they're tearing to shreds the remainder of these buildings. The only splash damage is a mortar left, so that's pretty much game. The reason why I brought 2 jump spells in this attack was because the biggest danger for witches is when their skeletons get stuck behind walls. When they get stuck, they clump up, and then splash damage kills them all at once. Then the witches don't have anything in front of them, and then they get killed by towers. So, yeah, 2 jump spells for that. Alright, now we're going to go on to the second attack by Swagiola Child. It's also a 3-star. He's a Town Hall 10, and he is rank 2, so he basically 3-starred his counterpart, which is pretty impressive. I mean, to be fair, our clan was very rushed, so yeah, it's not like it was that hard, but still a good attack. He puts down about half of his witches right from the start. That's not really a problem because there is no Eagle artillery in this base. And with witch attacks, I have actually found it effective to keep them clumped up together rather than spreading them out a whole bunch. Because if they spread out too much, then the ones on the edge tend to get picked off by towers. So if you keep them clumped, then there's a higher chance that the skeletons would just go in all directions, starting from the cluster of witches. Anyway, he puts down a couple of really well-placed spells. The jump spell connects these 4 compartments here. We've got the free spell stopping some of the high damage towers in the middle. heroes are coming in. Put down the rage. Of course, the poison helped out with the dragon and a couple of loons. Everything's looking good. Not so many of his witches have died. His hero is about to go down. Now he used he brought a freeze spell, and that's something that you can think about if you're going to go mass witches, because against a base that doesn't have any multiple shot infernos, you might not even need it. The only reason I would bring a freeze spell against a base with double shot infernos is if, for example, your heroes get targeted by the infernos. Then it would be nice to save them with a spell. It would also be nice to save your witches. If your witches get clustered behind a wall, and if there's a mortar that's about to fire at them, or if there's a wizard tower, then it could be very useful to have a free spell. So it's a case-by-case thing. You look at the base, you look at the army that you have, and you make a decision whether you want to bring a freeze or not. I think that the best spells with the mass witch attack might be either jump or earthquake. I have seen some very, very good attacks with mass earthquake. Some of these guys, they bring 12 earthquake spells. That's 11 in from your own base, and 1 from a clan member in your clan castle. And you can destroy 3 compartments, well, 3 sections of your opponent's base with 12 earthquake spells. And it doesn't matter what level they are. You can do that with level 1 earthquake spells, so it's a pretty fun strategy. Alright, so now we've got about 6 or 7 witches, and they're slowly hacking through everything. Witches take time, but they do the job. Now, it's not like every witch attack works. I have had plenty of witch attacks turn out to be utter failures. Just because if you get unlucky, then they die pretty easily. Even the level 3 witches only have 125 hit points, I think, in the current patch. But there you go. Cleanup is done. And now we're going to go on to the third one. This was another attack by me. And of course, this space here is a Town Hall 10, so I really should be 3-starring a base like this. This is like the easiest base you could ever hope for if you're going to go Mass Witch. Now, this wasn't the first attack on the base, so I knew that there were giant bombs. I tried to set off both of them at the top, but I missed out on one right there. And here I have a poison spell. That's going to be killing these 3 air units. If you want to kill a dragon, you should bring 2 poison spells. I'm not sure what level they need to be, but you don't actually need 2 maxed out poison spells to kill a dragon. I think even level 2 or 3 spells could do the job. Timing is important, though. If you drop both of your poison spells at the very same time, they will not work. You will not kill the dragon because the way the poison works is that it gets stronger with time. So you wait until the first poison spell is doing a lot of damage, and then the second poison spell it applies compounding damage or something. I'm not exactly sure of the mechanics, but more or less that's the way it works. Alright, so I decided to go from the south as the entry point. I should have triggered the giant bomb right here, but the reason why I went for the ones at the top was because those hogs were also for the purpose of triggering the clan castle. Anyway, we've got everything dropped down. There is no Eagle artillery in this base, so it makes it pretty easy. Put down a rage right around the middle. And thankfully that Inferno has not focused on any of my high hit point units yet. I used the Warden's ability a little bit early, I would say. I think right around now would have been better. But yeah, it was it's a very good ability. I really like it, actually. Got a free spell, again, freezing buildings that don't really do splash damage, so I don't think that was the best choice, but yeah, it helps. Okay, so, once you get halfway through the base, if you still have a lot of your witches left, it's very likely that you're going to 3-star your opponent with witches. Or any army, for that matter. If you have any army that's more or less on full health after you've gone through half of the base, it's normally a 3-star. Just look at that, man. That's beautiful. Of all the strategies in Clash of Clans, my favorite right now is Mass Witches. It was always Mass Witches, even before they put out level 3 ones. I never actually got to use the Witches before they nerfed them, so a bit unfortunate, but again, plenty of fun right now. Well, that was it, guys. That was the 3 mass switch attacks that I want to show you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And just as a note, we are recruiting. Our clan only has, what, 30 people? Yeah, around 30 people, and a lot of our members are not that active recently, so we are looking for people who want to war and who want to win. Our clan does have a lot of wars won. We have 194 right now. You can take a look at our war log. We've been a little bit underperforming in some of the wars. We've been underperforming a bit, but we lost these wars because some of our members just weren't attacking. So yeah, if we had more active members, we could have won some of the ones that we lost also. Scroll down and you see a pretty good war log. They're mostly wins. So yeah, if you're tired of losing in your clan, if you want to hang out with some cool grown-ups, then please join our clan. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the next video.